Film story. A true story of Captain Phillips's journey from Oman to Kenya. But he is free to know that this trip is going to turn. The most dangerous confrontation of his life. Pirates. Between the sounds of bullets, fear and terror. Or in the middle of trying to survive and save his life and the fate of the ship. Will he come out in peace if his end will be tragic? All this and more, we will see it in a movie. Captain Phillips. The story of the film begins on 3/28/2009. We see Captain Phillips delivering an email from Naval Command. And they say it. You are responsible for delivering goods from Oman to Kenya. It is based on a mod that prepares itself. And he sees his wife delivering him to the airport on a mod. He arrives on the plane in time and travels. When he arrives, he supervises the loading of containers on the ship. At the same time, a Somali gang arrives. The village is poor, and they attack the people of the village. They ask the village leader, he's handing them a bunch of guys on mode, helps them with an operation. The method of an American ship containing money and large goods. And this thing. In exchange for giving the leader a share of the goods and money, the tribal leader is forced to agree under threat, and he goes and gathers a group of young men and takes them to the gang. Or then they ride them in 2 groups with 2 boats, and they arm them. And in the meantime, we will see Captain Phillips. Or he meets the crew of the ship, which is 23 people. Or he recognized them. He warned them of the sea. We know it's this way. Hobby pirates. They must take security precautions in case anything happens to me, because they can be attacked at any time. Or really, he's taking off. Same night. Matino. The pirates were following the radars they stole from other ships, or they were orbiting ships. The leader of the pirates, whose name is Moses, tells them, do not attack a group of ships, because you can't control them all. Because the number of people on board is twice our number. Or after a while, they pick up the signal of a cattle ship alone, and we know that this ship is Phillips' ship. They decide to attack them. At the same time, a message is US delivered. Navy for Phillips. And they warned him about the place he was in, because it was exposed to attacks. And the second day, the crew collects its money and let them train for security precautions on Modi. They are preparing for any possible attack just before training. The radar detects 2 boats walking behind them, so here Phillips is worried. He tells the crew, change the ship. And he kept watching them on Mod, knowing if he really went, they follow them, or indeed the boats follow them right behind them. Quickly connects to the British Maritime Trade Operations Centre. Because it's the closest country to them, he explained the situation to them. Tell them to believe we will be attacked by pirate boats, the officers of the centre. They ask from him. He's carrying out security. And just take precautions. But he's upset because they're not interested in it. He cut off contact with them. He completed his manoeuvres and maximised the speed of the ship, or change course again. And indeed as far away from boats, because pirate boats deactivated their engines, so I think he's done with them. And he told the crew his money that we worked dangerous. But the second day the pirates agree and only took 1 boat. They knew it was a cargo ship. I mean, for sure, its crew is small. Will this trip be a safe trip? If Captain Phillips' expectations will be the ultimate fate, this is what we will know about the upcoming events. Be a follower, dear viewer. And the second day, they return the pirates, or they seem to shoot the ship. So Hannah Phillips sees them and sees that they are armed. He informs the warship. Their ship will be attacked by pirates. So the crew orders his money to operate the water barrier, and he lowered them all to the bottom of the ship and left them in the engine room. He asked them not to make any sound for fear of pirates. And quickly, Phelps and Weir, 3 of the energy heads out of the wheelhouse. In the moment, we know the pirates were still shooting. They were shooting the ship from every direction. Phillips keeps defending the ship. He hits them with missiles on a mod that can keep them away from him, but all his attempts were unsuccessful. When someone arrives, pirate hitters quickly get on deck. They look for the captain and crew, but Phillips feared for the crew, and he said to them, no one will come out of his place, because it is possible and at the moment that the Moses arrives in the wheelhouse, and the rest of the pirates, they were all armed, or Moses. Sal Phillips for the money that exists, but Phillips said Mako on the ship is $30,000. Fana Musa, what did he believe? He asked the crew and demanded their extradition. He tells him I don't know where they are because the ship is huge, and I will communicate with them on the radio. And Hannah Musa knew it was Phillips who was lying. Called them on the phone. And he threatened them and reduced them if they came out. I'm going to kill Captain Phillips, and then I will kill the assistants one after one. He told them too. We will take everything from the ship until we deliver the quantity. But Hannah Phillips secretly unlocks the wireless device on Maud. The rest of the ship's crew hear. He told Moses out loud, if emergency power goes out, the ship, it will become dark and you will not see anything. Fortunately, the crew understood his words, but the pirates pay attention and take the radio from him, and they force him to go with them. But he kept deliberately wasting them. They don't deliver to the crew's location. See the map of the ship and select fronts that pirates can't reach the engine room. Or they do. He asked the pirates to go to the refrigerator room on Maud. They answer me, because it was hot. But when they enter the fridge, he sees one of the pirates barefoot. Hannah Phillips advises him and says, do not enter with your feet barefoot. I don't get hurt because I have broken glass on the ground, which he advised for my love. On Maud, keep them away from the crew. Or in his clothes, he sees one of his crew members and informs him they attack Moses. And Hannah, the pirates keep circling the crew. But all their attempts have failed. But they did not surrender or search for the ship or Moses. It is noticed that Phelps is stalling on the subject, and he says to Phelps, you will be doomed to die. Or on the second side, one of the crew was trying to move undercover on a Maud that delivers to the main cable, but he's on the way to see one of the pirates nearby. Fare me a piece out of place. On a mod that removes the pirate. Already the pirate goes to the sound source. We think they're the crew. Meanwhile, he succeeded that he was able to connect to the main cable and turn off the energy. The ship becomes dark. Hannah, the pirates lose control because of the darkness. Pirates and Phillips enter the room. And the first time they enter the pirates whose legs were barefoot, they are wounded. Because already Jinaku is broken glass. Phillips exploits the situation and offers to answer. First aid kit from above. But Moses understood what Phillips' intention was, and he refused to treat Someone sees something in the engine room. They get the pirates out of it. Suddenly, the crew of the ship take advantage of the darkness and attack Moses. They estimated he was being held. They called Phelps. They told him over the radio, it's our destiny to capture the pirate leader. They wanted Philip or Moses. But Phelps offered the pirates an offer. He told them they took $30,000 from the safe, take the lifeboat and go home. Moses has already agreed, and Phillips gives money to the pirates. And when they go on Maud, they board the lifeboat and take it with Phelps. They stayed away from their ship. The news goes to the US warship. And they sent an expedition plane looking for Captain Phelps. At this time, because I'm afraid of pirates. But Moses tells him that you are not afraid that no one will hurt you. Or on the second side, the ship was following the boat overland. Or they only had 36 hours. On Maud, they arrive in their country. So here the naval commander asks that he negotiate. And the pirates on Maud deliver Captain Phillips. But the leadership refuses and says Phelps is the most important because anything currently could put his life in danger. And we have to save him before he does not reach Somalia. And this time, Moses was trying to call his boss. And when the president calls, he says, get back, Phillips. The ship is on Maud. You can return to our country without damage. But Moses refused because Moses considers Phillips their trump card for survival. And as easily as he asks for a ransom or in exchange for his extradition. But will Moses' plan succeed? Follow my dear viewer. And here becomes a battle between pirates. At the moment, Mosquito, an alarm sounds from the American ship, because they surrounded the place. And the captain of the ship commands them that he stops and talks to them. And he says to them, hand over Phillips no one is to Maud. But Moses demanded a ransom, which is $10,000 in exchange for Phillips' delivery. The commander tells him that you are the one who is coming to ask for it. It is not an easy time to arrive because we are at sea. But in the meantime, we can bring you food and food. Moses came out of the boat and refused that they were approaching the boat. The translator tells him that we responded to give you water and food. On Maud, you don't die of hunger and thirst, but on condition that we see a penny. Here Moses shows them Phillips, Or Phillips is using his intelligence, and tell them the number of the chair you are sitting on the boat. The speed of officers recording the information on a mode that helps them with something. And when they were trying to give them water and food, Moses rejected them, or he told them that I saw you Phillips on mod. You know that he is alive. And you go to get the ransom. But when the officers refuse to go, one of the pirates hits a bullet Phillips' head on a mod that scares them. Indeed, the warship commander orders the guard boats. They're withdrawing on mod. Captain's not hurt. The commander asks that he hear Captain Phelps's voice until he is certain he's fine. And Hannah, the captain, reassures him. Tell him the bullet was close to me. Or at night, planes will be delivered. Or the special forces go down to the sea without anyone seeing them. Captain Phillips escapes the pirates. Or roll himself up in the sea. He kept swimming and trying to escape quickly, but the pirates see him and return him to the boat. One of the pirates gets angry and hits him. And Hannah Moses stops him and tells him, if Phillips dies, our plan will be ruined. At the moment, the Special Forces planes are delivered over the boat, and they call on them on mod. They deliver and give up. But Moses came out of the boat and is the captain's link. And he threatened them. And God willing, if I go quickly, I will end his life. But the leader performs Hajj, O Moses, and shocks him and tells him, we know you, person. We know your village and your names. We also know your entire family. And we understood, masters of your tribes, we agreed that they would deliver Phillips up for the money. Come to the area. The people we agreed on. And gentlemen, your tribe is on mod. They will take you. We will receive the amount from you. And Hannah Musa is convinced and agrees, despite the pirates' warning to, because this could be an ambush or end their lives. But Moses did not hear their words, despite everything that continues. And guard boats. Or they tie a rope to a pirate boat on a mod. They pull the designated area. But they went to tie the rope. They install a listening device on the boat, or then ask that they see Phelps until he folds a shirt in a clear colour, or they ask him to sit in the same chair. Those who knew his number on mod. Snipers don't make mistakes and shoot him. And Hannah, they take Moses and them until they go to the exchange ship. He sees the tribal masters as they agreed. But when Moses reaches the ship, no one will be found. They tell him that he is now going to come to the road and they are about to arrive. By this time, the snipers were preparing to kill the pirates. In this moment, Phillips writes a letter to his wife on mod, saying goodbye to her. Because he feels he's about to die. But the pirates are bothered by his actions. Or tie him by the hand and hang him on the ceiling. And they tied his eyes, or prepared themselves. They kill him if something goes against the plan. But in a dress he collapses and keeps screaming and saying to the Special Forces, my family, and tell them that I love them, or suddenly a sniper bullet hits a pirate. Or end his life, or continue shooting between them. Or after a quick battle, they kill. All pirates, and when Phelps opens his eyes, he sees the pirates killed. Phelps, but he did not believe that he was after him alive. Or, after the success of the plan, the forces arrest Moses and say salvation. Phillips freed him, and the pirates were killed, and you will be held accountable. A military trial for everything that happened, and everything that God planned. Phillips is being treated for injuries, and returned to his family. And lived peacefully and happily. He continued his work like he wanted. And it's the end of the movie.